Debate on the controversial Civil Asset Recovery and Management and Unexplained Wealth Bill continued today in the House of Representatives. The bill, which requires only government votes for passage, has received strong opposition from the UNC bench and is now in committee stage. Shirley Lewis tells us the Attorney General made several justifications as to why the bill should be passed. He also chastised the opposition for their lack of support.
Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi said the opposition is running scared. That's why they're objecting to supporting the Civil Asset Recovery and Management and Unexplained Wealth Bill 2019. The AG was speaking in the House of Representatives on Monday as debate continued on the controversial bill.
Why should corrupt politicians, why should people in public life who are guilty of misbehavior in public office be afraid to explain themselves in a court of law? People in this country, in talking about Mr. Big over and over again, make an allegation of politicians that they're either crooks or mooks. And they believe that all politicians are crooked. And here we have a government saying, come and inspect everybody in the government side. Come and inspect everybody in the government side. And the only people in this parliament who are saying, don't do that, don't inspect me, is the opposition. It's superior.
This bill, AG Al-Rawi said, is not a determination of guilt, but rather an assessment of property and how it's obtained.
This law does not require a determination of guilt of any person. It may treat with property in exactly the same way Mareva injunctions treat with property. This law is to apply that process. Why do we do it now? Madam Speaker, can Siparia behave herself, please, respectfully?
The bill was specifically crafted to take the profits out of crime, which is the #1 issue affecting TNT. Shirley Lewis, TTT News.
The opposition highlighted their concerns over the controversial Civil Assets Recovery and Management and Unexplained Bill 2019 while in committee stage. Among those concerns was the likelihood of someone being charged for a crime which they have no knowledge of but had occurred on their property. This was the question posed by UNC MP Rodney Charles.
An investigating officer in good faith discovers this. He gets 3 persons to swear, and they go to the court ex parte.
Question. In your example, sorry to interrupt, but I catch your drift. If you bought that property 25 years ago, as probably happened, right? Somebody in your station in life probably invested in property years ago. 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and somebody planted something in your property yesterday, and the police come and knock on your door. How are they getting past proving on reasonable grounds that the proceeds of that crime followed the property 20 years ago?
However, Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi immediately cleared up this misconception.
Crime is to the property, right? To rents. So therefore, the property has now become tarnished.
So we go back.
So the deed is irrelevant.
The deed is very relevant. The definition of recoverable property is that it is something that flows from the crime. It's the proceeds of that crime. So you were selling drugs and you bought a car. That car could likely be from the proceeds of crime. It surely can't be that when 20 years ago you bought a property, that a crime today could have paid for that.
The Sangre Grande Chamber of Commerce has been engaged in intense discussions regarding the Civil Asset Recovery and Management and Unexplained Wealth Bill. In a release, the Chamber said it has embarked on an education drive geared towards informing the business community of the region of the particulars within the bill that will enhance and safeguard the lives of the average citizen as well as those involved in commerce and the new entrepreneurs. It said the bill and the amendments will serve to provide better management and accountability within the economy, the society, and provide a platform for identifying prescribed activities while streamlining agencies, empowering them to act in the people's interest to address such activities.